and I'll ask you that question. So here we are out again today. Look out past, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully you can see us both in the chair. We kind of thought about the learning channel that we're trying to be and how things are interpreted by you guys. We put out a lot of information, and then we say, oh, this would be the way to do it, or this may not be the way to do it. So Ted, what do you think is another way we could put out information?
So if you're watching on the channel and you say to yourself, what am I looking at? And then you say to yourself out loud, I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to talk my way through that guy's move and see how you understand it.
Right.
And then see if you understand it that way, whether you can go back on a slope, back where you're practicing, and do what you described.
Right. So Ted and I are going to make some turns today, and we know what we're going to emphasize on those turns, but what we want to know is after you watch them, and before we tell you, can you figure out what's different? So I'm going to do some turns that I'm going to enter from one position, some turns that I'm going to enter from another position. I'm going to ask Ted to do the same thing. All right, so we're looking to train your eye, which will also train your ability to convert these things on your own. And you won't find many channels that are going to do what we're doing today. So enjoy it, and we'll get back to you. Well, what's Ted's focus? You guys have seen Ted ride quite a bit this season. So, suggestion, watch the body, see what he does. Okay, so if you didn't come up with Ted's in an athletic position, knees and ankles flexed, etc., then you missed what his focus was. Well, I'm up next, and I know what my focus is, but I'd like you guys to kind of watch the board and the legs. At this point, I changed the focus. Again, watch the board and the legs. Okay, on the first drill, I was actually entering most of those turns by being aft. In other words, I was a little bit behind my front foot, intentionally, but that board kind of drives from the rear pretty good. On the second task, I was using more extension and push out of the legs. Now, somebody could look at it and say, well, Jim's head's bent down, his back's curved a little bit. Well, Jim's 77. Body isn't the same as when it was 24. So hope you guys like this, enjoy this. We got about 3 days left of the season. Try to get a little bit more out there for you. Thanks. Hit the subscribe button, like button, and stay tuned.